Hello to all our followers and welcome to this new episode of 5 Minutes. Today we will talk about why do people lie? Do emotions make people more immoral? With our guest, Professor Jeremy Celse from ESCA School of Management of Bordeaux. Jeremy, welcome to 5 Minutes. We are very delighted to have you here with us. Part of your work focuses on the impact that emotions have on decision making. So my first question is, how do emotions influence individuals' economic behavior?
So that's a broad question. So emotions, they have a large influence on a lot of different behaviors. So let me give you an example to show you the impact of emotions. A British example, we later. So there is a famous study with English people by Clark and Oswald, and they try to understand what are the factors that push young British adults to enter in the job market. Okay, so we try to investigate that. And what they observe is that one of the most important factors pushing adult females to enter in the job market is whether their sister-in-law is already being employed. So basically they compare the situation, and if their sister-in-law is already employed, they don't feel good and they want to enter in the job market so as to reduce this disadvantage. Okay, so it shows that there is emotion behind it, behind the decision to enter in the job market.
So what drives them people dishonesty?
Now there is a large literature, huge amount of literature on behavior ethics, and they show that what matters the most is the context. Okay, so basically is when and where you take your decisions. And so, for example, if you are part of a group that behaves in a very unethical way, so then you are more likely to also behave unethically. If you behave in a place that is poorly lit, so the lights are not good, it's very dark, you're in a dark environment, you're more likely to behave dishonestly. If you're if you're interacting in a place in which there are wealth cues, so expensive watches, people well dressed and so on, basically you will behave more dishonestly. So it shows that factors, contextual factors, everything around you, surrounding you, is much more, has a higher impact on your decision to be ethical or not than pure economic incentives in context.
Thank you. So does an emotion like envy reduce individuals' propensity to cheat or to adopt some specific immoral behavior?
So that's again a good question, Luca. Emotions don't have to be seen as being black or being white. Okay, it's something that is it's a force, it's a motivation. And so we experience emotions, and these emotions, they give you a signal about something around you, and they give you the force to react to that signal. Okay, so envy can push you to be honest or can push you to be dishonest. It depends on how you channel the emotion. So, for example, there are a lot of experiments showing that. So from Jessica Gino from Harvard, they did a lot of experiments, and they show, for example, that car inspectors in the US, when they have to inspect a car, a very prestigious car, prestigious one like a Jaguar, Porsche, having more names, they are feeling envious. Okay, and as a reaction, because we don't have such a car, as a reaction, they are much more. They are not lenient at all. They are much more reluctant to give an authorization to the car. Okay, so because they are envious. So in that context, we can say that envy pushes you to be much more immoral, okay? Because you are feeling envy, and so you're finding justifications so as to prevent the car from being authorized to go in the market. Yeah. On the other hand, imagine the following situation. We did some experiments and we asked people, okay, so you can lie if you want, and if you lie, you get more money. So what happens? People lie because they can get more money. So now the situation is really slightly different. So now we say, okay, if you lie, you can get more money, but somebody else that you don't know will get twice as much as you. Okay. So now the situation is something totally different, no? Because you can lie, you get more money by lying, but now you know that somebody will get much more money than you from your own lies. And then what happens? People are honest, are completely honest. Why? Because they are feeling honest. So the conclusion of that is that envy, like any other emotion, is not something that goes always in the same direction. You have to channel the emotion. So basically, you have to modify the choice So if envy arises, it can push people toward a special direction. It can go in being pushing people to be dishonest, or it can push people to be honest. Okay.
Thank you. So last question. So what is the lesson that the good politician should take out of this?
Currently, we are in an era of big data and intervention. Okay, we are doing nudges and so on. A lot of nudges are based on social norms. Okay, so we say a lot of people around you are doing that, so it pushes you to behave in the same way. But social norms, they work because they generate emotions as well. Okay, so you understand that there isn't social norms, and if you don't comply to a social norm, you will feel guilty, you will feel shame, and so on and so on. So because you want to avoid these negative emotions, you behave in the way that is desired. So basically, my conclusion about that is don't underestimate emotions. Use them because they are very powerful, but they can go in many directions. So don't do an alchemist. You have to be very careful when you're designing intervention based on emotion, and emotions are everywhere.
Thank you very much, so much, Jeremy, for this inspiring discussion. We wish you all the best, and we really hope to see you again at 5 minutes.
Ciao.
Thank you.